Many of us have heard the story and the prayer of Jabez found in 1 Chronicles, the 4th chapter. But not so many of us have heard the prayer of Agar found in Proverbs 30. Jabez says, expand my territory, basically saying, give me more, God, give me more, God. But listen to what Agar says, and he's a king. In the 30th chapter, the 8th and 9th verse, he says to keep me from becoming poor so I don't curse you. Don't let me be poor. But then he goes on to say, keep me from becoming rich so I don't forget you. Let's talk about that this morning in your morning cup of inspiration. There's nothing wrong with asking God to fulfill promises and give us more and bless us. But there's something to be said for what King Agar is saying here about keep me from becoming rich so I don't forget you, isn't it? Two different perspectives. Agar is wanting to make sure he doesn't fall into that trap of not needing God. It's so important to realize that we must center ourselves in a contented life with God. It says in Timothy, 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter, 6th verse, it says, with godliness and contentment, there's great gain. So if we live a godly life, if we're contented with what we have, we don't strive for riches just to get rich, the gain follows. It doesn't say, with godliness and great gain comes contentment. It's not the great gain that will give us the contentment. It's living the godly life and having that spirit and attitude of contentment that God can use us. So maybe you're focusing on something God hasn't given you today. Maybe you're feeling guilty or that you don't have enough faith because God hasn't expanded your territory. Well, let's take a step back and just focus on the contentment of what God has given us. And as you do that, as you live godly, as you become contented, you will see great gain. His word tells us that. I pray that blessed you today. Thanks for joining me for that morning cup of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.